setup. Who's this? Pro Gaming Lizard, hi mate, you alright? How are you doing? Did you end up buying Daisy? Did we change your mind? Nikita, mate, I was planning to go to sleep. You're still more than welcome. Get yourself to bed. Just need to set up quickly. Take a few minutes. Why you leave the party? Because it would have been a pain in the arse to stay at them. Because I would have been talking to the chat and then talking to you at the same time. And I can't stay in the party with Wardell sometimes the way he talks. You know. Right. So there's 9 players online at the minute. I'm going to quickly set up the stream properly, and then I'm going to play as the US Marines today, hopefully. Maybe on a custom server. Pro Gaming Lizard. No, I haven't bought it, but what I did buy is this game. You bought Verdun. Nice. Good shit. You're more than welcome to join me tonight. Save changes. I'm just quickly changing the thumbnail and things. Now I have stream to watch. Well, you're more than welcome to stay in the queue, mate. You're soon to be first here now. Come on, computer, load up. Load up. Yeah, I should be in a game within the next 2 minutes or so. Just sometimes it takes a while to set up just because of the internet and from where I'm playing or where I'm using my laptop from. If I don't game. Right, playlists. Verdun and live stream playlist. Save that. The country music drifter. Hey up. Hey up, George. How are you doing? Nikita Project. How long will the stream be? I'm not sure, mate. It won't be too long tonight. It won't be too long because it's 20 to 1 in the UK currently. I was a bit bored, so I thought I'd stream. Right, should be nearly set up now. I thought I'd turn my mic on during the setup as well because last time I had my mic off and people were complaining. The country music drifter. Heard you were talking bad about me. Not a fan of that. Notifications on. Right. Yeah, okay. Alright, okay, stream for fun. First time I've heard such a thing. Yeah, well, I don't mind streaming. It's just we end up getting in these sort of either political debates or historical debates or some shit like that. We normally have Brian, I imagine he'll be in the stream soon with history. If we have, yeah, it's normally quite a fun thing to do. I enjoy it. Right, let's get custom game set up. So if anyone wants to join tonight, you can. I'll put max players 6. Full of bots for the rest because the EU servers are going to die in the next 10-20 minutes or so. And I don't want to switch over to the US servers because the last time I did that the lag was a bit dodgy. I was shooting people and they were dropping like 10 seconds after. Yeah, let's do 1917 as we're playing as the US today. US Marines, Central Powers, so the Schutzen ability. Short cooldown, friendly fire on, friendly fire penalty, bot difficult easy, because if they're on hard then they just aimbot you constantly. I can't stand it. The country music drifter also, apologies Nikita for calling you a lass on Siege. Drifter, oh it's you, the Brit who made York a starting point for the next socialist revolution. Pro Gaming Lizard, I would, but I broke my mic, so it'd be a struggle. And we still honestly mate, you're more than welcome to join if you want. You don't have to, just watch. But you can always just use the in-game command wheel. Although people don't use it, and that's why I sort of made like a video about it this week, sort of analysing it a bit. But I hate breaking my microphone, it's a pain in the arse. Luckily the last 2 headsets I've had have been pretty good. I had like a Turtle Beach, it was like a cheap Turtle Beach headset, so the hearing wasn't too great, but it lasted a long time. And then I've got this sort of new Turtle Beach, I think, Turtle Beach Recon 200s black. And the only issue is with this headset is I have to charge it. That's my only complaint about it. But other than that, it's pretty good. Let's get the hood off. I don't like having the hood on. Let's get all this shit off. Off. Game looks nice like this. Nikita. Okay, Drift, apologies accepted, but starting point is still York. Nikita, if you're gonna sort of invade the UK, don't go to York. Take the south instead. No one likes the south. It's all the southerners. Shit, he's not dead. Oh yes. I've been playing with my hood on recently. I've done this week, so I need to get used to it again without the hood. I was shooting a guy there and I thought, why is he not dying? And I realised he is dead, he's no hood to tell me that he is dead. A lot of them in down here, take him out. He's killed. Country music drifter, you would never convert it easily there. Nothing but mentalist with there. It's true, York is full of strange people, but it's a nice place to live. Let's get the Americans in, get the Yanks in the trench. Country music drifter, let us have York, literally the only city I enjoy. Take London instead. Yeah, London. Let them have London. I'll tell you what I like about the Schutzen German troops is they wear the metal plating. I'm not sure if all the German units wear that, it's just the Schutzen, but it's a cool look. It's definitely a cool look. Nikita, not invade. You'll be a new bastion of socialism like Russia once was. Christ. Not socialism. Pro Gaming Lizard. I always end up getting points taken off from me because the uniforms are mixed up. Yeah. I'm trying to think which like the worst uniforms in the game for that type of thing. I think the Germans sort of Saxon hat uniform, the ones where they wear their caps, they can be quite confusing. You can mix them for sometimes like the Tommies, for example, or the Canadians, because they look quite brownish. I mean, the only ones that you can really define in this game quite easily are the Belgians and the French. Because French, both of their uniforms, both like the modern uniform and the old school one, like clear as day to realise. Amazing, Evan. Does anyone think Belgium hats are kind of funny? Yeah, they're like top hats. They look like top hats to me. When I was over there 2 years ago, I was hoping I'd get to see one. But in all the museums I went to, even in Ypres, they didn't have any Belgian hats. So I was a bit disappointed. But you can find loads of pictures online or in books of them wearing them. They are quite interesting. Still think they look better than the French. That's a nice kill. Let's get some guys in this left flank, or right flank, right hand side of the trench. I'm gonna burp too many beers. Oh, Jesus. I wonder if the Belgian uniform ever sort of changed. As in, throughout World War One. I haven't looked into that. I wonder if it always just stayed the top hat throughout the war. Told the right flank. He's run off. Some more guys in. Yeah, the aim glitch, I can feel it. This also, if you're new to the game, Colt 1911 pistol, US Marines, it's one of the most friendly, user-friendly weapons on the game. It's brilliant, easy to use, it's got a decent sized mag, pretty powerful, accurate. It's quite nice. So Lizard, if you're still there mate, if you want to use a gun, this is a good gun to use. Mason Evan, Nikita, Drift. We don't need to destroy cities, just change factory owners to workers, although London is obviously more important than York. This is just my personal wish. Mason Evan. I mean, I feel like a lot of people just don't like using the pistol. Yeah, I can understand why as well, to some extent. Because some of the pistols aren't great, some of them are amazing, I enjoy them. But it depends what type of player you are. If you like flanking and you like sort of the quick attack and movement and play, the pistols can sometimes be a lot more effective. And also if you're playing as an NCO like I do a lot, I think it just seems more fitting to use a pistol. But pistols should be used more, I think. I think what I usually do is I start with a rifle. Not on this map, but on other maps I start with a rifle and then I often sort of work my way towards a pistol, so like close-up combat and stuff like that, I sort of switch to a pistol. That's why it's nice to have a class with a rifle and a pistol. Did the Belgians actually have this hat for 2 years of war? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. The book I've got, what I was reading, I mean, they definitely had it for the first year. And there's a good picture of them all lining up on it's not even a trench, it's just like a grass plain on the field, and they've all got the sort of these black top hat things on, bayonets, and the rifles. I'll probably play as them next in the next sort of live stream, because they've got quite an interesting class. I think they've got a few German weapons. I think they've got a French weapon as well. Country music, Drifter. Didn't work out there, to be honest, although there's loads of little socialists down south, so probably have a better chance. Pro Gaming Lizard, pistols are good for trench sweeping. Yeah, they are, mate, definitely. This one in particular is great. I think we'll take this trench pretty soon as well. We've had a really good start. He had metal plate on, did I kill him? I think I did. Some pistols as well you can use for hip firing. I think the revolvers are in particular are quite good, and I know they're not pistols, but the handguns. What have we got? Not sure if I've got motors or gas here, I need to check. But when I did my Verdun Top Factions series this time last year, I think I put the US Marines at like second or first, just because they're some of the best in the game to use. For beginner players as well, we've just got a weapon for everything. They're quite OP as well in some cases. I think they've got the BAR in one of the classes, the US Marines, or they've got the trench shotgun, one of the two. Nikita, Drift, when you say socialist, I hope you mean democratic socialists or social democrats. Labour guys. I can tell you're going to rant politics all night again, Nikita. I'm feeling it. What have we got? Smoke screen. I don't need to use smoke screen in a minute. Watch your fire. Watch your fire. Ooh, that was a fucking close shot. Pinging right past me. I demand shotgun gameplay. You'll see this stream it, I think. Someone sent me a message the other day as well on the gore issue, and they told me to change my gore settings down from ultra to what is it? Hold on. Oh, don't quit match, Christ. Go down to high, and apparently high is better than ultra at the minute with the glitch. So we'll see how that works. We'll give it a test. And then also, someone told me to put it on low, but that didn't seem to work. The drifter. The worst kind of liberal, although there's no good socialist ever. Oh, you're gonna set him off. You've just set Nikita off now. Last night, for 2.5 hours on a DayZ stream, he tried to convert me to a communist and it didn't work. You'll set him off again. Probably use a pistol for most of this match, I think, though. It's one of these maps where the trenches are quite close together. Great weapon, this. Great weapon. Alright, we're clear down here. Let's get some guys in. Oh shit. Oh, he's just shot his own guy there. Fuck. Bit blue on blue by the Yanks. I will defend capitalism. Fuck me. Oh god. You know, I never thought I would need moderators for my stream chats, but I'm thinking soon we're going to need them. We'll root out the commies. I'm only joking, Nikita, mate. Don't worry. Nikita, not convert, just show problematic of Western view on the whole of socialism and Soviet Union. One big example. No, I know, mate. I'm just winding you up as usual. Right, let's take back this right inside of the trench. Gaming Lizard said it's good for trench sweeping, and he's right. Bad shooting, that was really bad. Dropped him. Try and get some guys to the right if we can. Must have been shooting his helmet, I think. Got him. The problem is with this gore thing as well that this guy's told me to do is pistols anyway, that you don't get much gore from pistols. It's usually rifles or shotguns and grenades and things. So I won't be able to see the full effects if it does work yet. Well, fingers crossed it does. There's a lot of people that want this glitch fixed. A lot of people buy this game for the immersion, and I think the gore is obviously a big part of that immersion. So if that doesn't work, then you're missing a big part of the game. Shit, let's get some guys in. No, I couldn't get them all. There's a lot of them there. There's even a sniper pinning me down there. Look at him, standing up. The drifter, it's a good idea, I won't lie, but it doesn't work. It's not possible. So it's like Anakin. Oh, he's rushing with me. Oh, yes, good kill. Right. Now that doesn't usually happen on Ultra Gore, so maybe it is working. Pro Gaming Lizard, how can I join your game? If you go, I don't know what server you're on, Lizard, mate. If you're on EU servers, if you just go to Frontlines, my game should be open. It's a custom game, albeit that, but it is an open game, so anyone can join. Anyone in the stream is more than welcome to. I'm on Argon, the Argon front in a minute. Took his head off. That's a nice kill. Yeah, I really like the metal plate, and I wonder if it I wonder if it is just for the Schutzen. Nikita, yesterday was enough for now. He made his point. He made his point. You wrote enough in the chat yesterday, Nikita, to make a fucking book. It was like reading the Communist Manifesto all over again. So yeah, if you want to join, go on the EU servers on Verdun, go to Frontlines, and on Frontlines it should be on the Argonne Forest. It's a custom game and it should be open. And it's the US Marines versus Schutzen, if I'm pronouncing the Schutzen right. Got no one in the game yet currently, just bots at the minute. As I say, the only reason I'm not playing online now is just because the EU servers will pretty much die off soon, and then sometimes if you switch to the US servers, it's not always great. Sometimes it's a bit laggy. So the last time I was on, I'd shoot a few people and they would drop like 10 seconds after. It was a pain in the ass. Adam Brown, I agree with Guy Fawkes. You would, Adam. I didn't know you're a royalist though, Adam. Are you a royalist as well? I'm trying to remember, Adam. I know you don't like Parliament. You don't. Are you a royalist? Communist Manifesto is an oversimplified main aims of the communists, and not all of them are the same today. The Drifter, the man is right. The man has a right to his opinion. I'll add you on that. Have a second Cold War. Drifter, yeah, I'm asking Adam, is he a royalist? Because I can't remember. Can't remember if he was against the royal family or liked it. Because I know Adam's a bit hit and miss, isn't he, with that type of thing. I know he doesn't like Parliament. Fuck. Where's the grenades when you need them? Oh, it's fucked there. Completely fucked. That was a shotgun moment. I think I'm tempted to get the shotgun out already, but yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Is it the sapper or the specialist that has the shotgun? Not the sapper. Unlock. Shit, can't switch in a minute. I've cocked up there. However, I do get grenades. I'm hacking a 1911, which is good. Nikita put in, what's the difference between the Doughboys and Marines? The main difference that I can remember is, other than the different sort of regiment things, is one of them has the BAR and the other has the trench shotgun. And on the top factions and in Verdun, the sort of series I made, I talk about it there. I can't quite remember, mate, but that's the main one that comes to mind now, I think. Right, I'm gonna have to push this guy. Oh, I was fucked. I got stuck in the barbed wire. Yeah. If he supports the plot, he's a parliamentarian. Yeah. So if he supports Guy Hawkes, he's a parliamentarian. Oh, nice kill. There's a German. I thought he was a German there. I don't know who the fuck's calling in smoke. What a dumb fucking idea. So what I was saying last stream was, you can't just call in smoke and gas willy-nilly, because it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not a good thing to do. Because it can fuck you over just as much. You know, it might fuck the enemy a bit, but it fucks you over more. No, we only got a draw. We didn't actually take the trench. We should have took the trench there, because I really think we had a foothold for a while. Pro Gaming Lizard, you on EU? Yeah, mate, it should be on EU. I hope so. The Drifter, a traitor to the crown. Nikita, who is Guy Fawkes? Oh, who is Fawkes? Guy Fawkes. Have a look at Guy Fawkes, mate. That's his full name. That was actually a really quick game. Argonne normally lasts a bit longer than that. Let's do our saying. Although I can't use the shotgun on this one, that doesn't work. I think I might use a sniper for a bit. My only worry is with playing as a sniper against the AI is that they can sort of push your team all the way back, and if you've got a sniper you can't really do too much about it. You can pick people off obviously and things like that, but if they do like quite a large push, you're fucked. And your AI teammates do fuck all apart from shooting each other. Nikita, oh, Guy Fawkes, I know him. Yeah, he's quite a big guy in English history. I think he was a liberal revolutionary, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure it's like a time era I'm not too familiar about, but he's he might be. I think he might have been. Aye. The Drifter will know. A terrorist traitor has his own night. Yeah, we use the Springfield. It's a bit different. It's got a nice sight on the Springfield, if I remember. It's like a circly one.
On the horizon.
Oh no, it isn't. I'm thinking of the pattern. The pattern's the one with the circly, circly sort of iron sight. It will hold up the cow. There's one dropped. Two. Let's get a third. I think I dropped him. Might have headshot him in fact. Can't remember how many rounds this holds. I know the... Is it 5 this one? Possibly a lot cheaper. We'll see. We'll put a full mag into them before we reload next time. Switch position because I'm getting pinned down. It's a lovely sounding weapon though. It's really nice. I feel like it's accurate as well. This feels quite accurate. It feels more accurate than the Lee Enfield, which is strange. Because I often say that is like the best gun in the game. Pro Gamer Lizard, what's your name? Toxic Hair was the name. That was a nice kill. That was another nice kill. That was very nice, in fact. Now I think the gore was working there as well, so I think that guy's right. I think the gore issue is fixed. Have your gore on high, guys. Not ultra. Alright, time for grenades. It's a 10 round magger. Oh no, it's 5, it is 5. Down. Tried to kill King James I of England and the 6th of Scotland, the king who made the United Kingdom, Alan Brown, and kill people like George. And kill people like George. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Nikita, Drifter was constitutional monarch. Drifter, was it a constitutional monarchy in the UK at that time? Toxic Hebel, the name and streaming. Toxic Hebel is the name and streaming Verdun is the game. Jeez, Drifter. Oh Jesus, Adam, don't bring fucking religion into this. Catholics. Let's not talk about religion because that'll set Nikita off. I believe he's a Buddhist. A communist Buddhist, if I remember correctly. Pro Gamer Lizard. Okay, so how do I join? Alright mate, what you do is, if you're on the EU server, which I think you are now, sorry there's a lot of guys on there, I'm going to have to chuck this before I tell you. Go on the EU server, go on the front lines, that was a nice kill. Go on the front lines and then my name should be next to one of the games, and it's a private game. It's not a private game, it's like a custom game. I think it should say custom game in brackets, and I'm the Arsene I think it's called. Have I got another grenade? Yes I have. Let's utilise them. The Drifter, no it was absolute. Wish it was like that now. Yeah George, yeah George, yeah. It's Macroff. Macroff's back. I always enjoy when Macroff joins, because you know the chat's going to get interesting when he's in the stream. That's a bad shot. Do you have Battlefront 1? No, I don't. I don't have Battlefront 1. I'll never ever ever buy Battlefront 1. I'll never pay money for it. It's not worth it. Why have Battlefront 1 when I've got this game? Nikita, I'm an atheist. It's nearly impossible for a commie to be religious because of realistic view on the world. Oh, reading at the same time. Before I knew theory, I was religious. Oh, okay. Adam Brown piped down. Drifter, so would you like to say feudalism? God, feudalism. Mr. X, I am playing Battlefront 1 because I miss World War guns. If you miss World War guns, don't play that game, mate. It's not. Honestly, there's about 10% guns in that game that were used in the fucking war. Macro, in all seriousness though, mate, Call of Duty World War 2 is free to play on the PlayStation now. So if you want like a World War 2 game with World War 2 guns, albeit they do have sights on them, some of them, you can download it for free, mate, and I'll play it with you if you want, because I'm downloading it now. Call of Duty World War 2 on the PSN now. Get some more guys down here to hold the line. Can't call them in. I keep thinking I'm an NCO. Got no grenades left either. Got some teammates down here. Amazing, Evan. I bought it for $10. $10, I suppose, is cheap for an EA game, but it's just there's nothing. I played the alpha when it first came out, and it just doesn't interest me, Evan. I think I'd rather just play this game, to be honest with you. But what do you think of it, mate? Because I haven't played it since the beta, but apparently it is quite good. People do say it's good. It's better than Battlefield 5, but I just don't like. I don't like what the sort of made World War 1 look like. I think that's why I don't like it. I forgot how my $10 equal in pounds. Yeah, I know what you mean though. It won't be. It'll be similar anyway. It'll be quite similar. Pro Gamer Lizard, are you on PS4? Yes, I'm on PS4. Mr. X, if you want to play, I downloaded. Nice. Yeah, do it, mate. Definitely do it. I'll probably play it like Sunday night, maybe Monday night. It should be downloaded by tomorrow anyway. At the time I had up. I've been asleep already today. I fell asleep when I got in, which was bad, so I'm sort of wide awake at the minute. Let's get in this fucking trench. Grenade down there, hopefully my guys aren't in. I really hope they're not in. Wait, is Verdun going to be free? Play forever. I bought this. Oh no, mate, what I'm saying, the game that I'm saying is free is Call of Duty World War 2. Evan, that's the game that's free, not Verdun. I think I would like Verdun to be free for a month. I think I'd get the game on off its arse, but I've got another bullet. No, I haven't. Let's get a grenade down there. Hold back the advance. We got a yank, Nikita. Let's band together. Nice kill. Can I add you on PS4 and join you then? Yeah, mate, of course you can. Yeah. Just tell me when you've sent me the friend request and I'll accept it. I'll have to turn the screen off for a sec. So it looks like we've got guys pushing in the right hand side at the minute. Try and pin them down from here. I've used both my grenades, so I'm just going to have to try and defend this bunker as best as I can now without them. I think this is it's a 5-round mag. It's pretty good. I think the only this gun seems really accurate. The reload rate's quick, but the Lee Enfield, I'd say, it's just better just because it's got 10 rounds. I think that's what makes the Lee Enfield for me. It's just it's accurate, it's quick, but then it also, them 10 rounds can save you in a lot of situations. Who is Yankee? Drifter, the bloke who said something about dollars. Mr. X, yeah. Nikita, Drifter, are you working class?
Hold the line! Hold the line!
The Drifter's scum class, mate. He's scum class. Come on, drop him. Get out of the way. Right, there we are. There's one drop. Didn't hit him. Does anyone check scoreboard like every time you get a kill to see if your KD ratio? I do. I used to in Call of Duty games. I do. In pretty much every other first-person shooter I do, but I don't do it in Verdun. I only ever look at it at the end, to be honest with you, mate. Because I don't think KD matters too much in this game, as far as I'm concerned. I think you have to get used to dying a lot. Especially when you're against a good enemy team, because they can just have you pinned down constantly. Nikita, Drifter, okay then. In workers' solidarity, since the Drifter now Verdun class level. No, you're. Drifter, you're getting a fucking ban for that one. You're getting a ban. Not having that. Out of order, that. Out of order. That's a nice kill. Drifter, was it addressed to me? No, I think that message was addressed to me, Nikita. Mr. X, Joe, hold the line. No, mate, because I'm attacking this time. Need to take their line instead. Adam Brown, are you up, Jay? Adam's off his tits because Jay's not in at the minute. The Drifter will band together like the USSR, Britain against the Jerrys. Pro Gaming Lizard, I think I sent you the right person. Alright, okay, I'll have a look, mate. Give me 1 sec. Got a friend request, so I think you're right. Yeah, I've got you. Alright, we're back on air. Let's use the command wheel. Oh, see, because I've got a dodgy right analog stick, I've ordered them to retreat instead of attack, which isn't good, but sometimes it happens. Get some grenades in, suppress the fire, and then we'll push in. I've got no bayonet though. I've team killed someone. Shite. Let's push. Mr. Rex. Joe's gamer tag is JJoGay. Mr. Rex, I was helping you out the other night as well. That's how I ordered. I'm happy about that. Let's hold the ground now. Nikita, Drifter is a Duke of York, I think. Duke of York. Let's get straight back in. I'll probably change class again soon. Even though I don't mind the sapper class. Oh, in fact, this is a specialist. So there's another thing about the US Marines as well, compared to the US Doughboys, is that the US Marines seem to have a hell of a lot of grenades in each class. I'm going to rotate around this fella here. It's going to be a struggle this line. Adam Brown, should I put this hit on Mr. X? Yeah, Adam, put a hit on Mr. X, sorry. Put him in his place. The Drifter, he wishes me and Adam conquered that. That'll be not before he did. Just oh. Yeah, Adam, who's in the group chat, in the chat on the stream at the minute, he's the Duke of Durham. That's what he's known as. I need a nickname for Nikita now, I think. That's what we need. George, if you can find a nickname for Nikita, that's the next aim. Don't think we can call him Stalin though, because YouTube won't like it. Oh fuck. Putin. I was tempted to start calling him Mao, but I don't think he'd like it. Mao Zedong. Change his name to Mao Zedong in the chat. There's a bayonet battle going on there. Down here. It's a nice kill. I love this trench line, but it's so fucking difficult. The next trench line's the best one to attack, or the one I enjoy the most anyway. I use the sandbags for cover.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
I can't tell if this guy's in there. I don't know if they've got a foothold. Maybe they have. We're defending it, so we've won the line, which is good. Here they come. Here comes the charge. Getting pinned down from somewhere. It feels like I'm getting shot from the left somewhere. There he is. He's got me. The Iron Hebo, think of my nickname very thoughtfully. I will. Don't worry, mate. I will. The Drifter, the Iron Curtain, maybe. Adam Brown. Nah, Adam is the Moravian kid. Adam Brown, or the Duke of Durham. That's fair enough. Nikita, I don't support Stalin's way to build socialism. I think that's a good thing. Killing a lot of people isn't probably the best idea. Hold your breath, hold your breath. Right, so this is the trench that's really quite good to attack. But again, difficult. He's holding back, let's get down. Took his head, that was good. Get a grenade in, just past this tank. Frederick Canards killed me. Nice kill to be fair. I think you can. The problem is with the Iron Curtain name, it doesn't sound like a nickname. That's needs to be more specific, I think. You know, I think saying like Iron Curtains in the stream, that doesn't sound like. Might release a poll on YouTube, pick Nikita's nickname. Sensitivity there. It's poor shooting. He deserved to die there. Nicky the Red. No. He sounds like a porn star, doesn't he? Nicky the Red. No, we can't use that one. You'll be getting me banned off YouTube if you keep fucking putting stuff like that. Keep grenades in here and there. Oh, it's a very poor grenade, but it bounces like a fucking ping pong ball, so I'm not too worried in a minute. Let's try and get in quick. There we are. Oh, there's lots of them there. Might have to switch back to the pistol here. In fact, let's do shotgun. Is this the shotgun? Yes, it is. The Winchester. Right, here comes the shotgun gameplay. Someone was asking for it earlier on. Let's release the beast. This shit fucking tears people apart. Apart from him. Reload. It's on his legs. It's got a bit of a kick, but it's nothing I can't handle. It's one of these weapons where you can just hip fire, you don't have to aim too much. Apart from that range, probably. Double kill there, that was nice. Very nice.
Hold the line!
Oh, fine, this line. Oh, we can push quite far on this line here. Problem is with these little sort of forward points in the trench, you always pin them down more. Nikita, most interesting part of Stalin's theory of building socialism was communism in the one state, which is kind of a dead end way for me, because infinite defensive revolution achievement will bring stagnation. Drifter, what worse offensive can you create in calling me a girl? Yeah, you did. I think you apologised for that yesterday, but then you threatened to. Did you threaten to hack him? I think. Or was it me who told you to hack him? Can't remember. Reload. Oh shit! But yeah, if you're still struggling with the with the glitch, what's it called? Shit. The goal glitch. Definitely turn it down to high because it does work. Ultra, obviously, ultra doesn't work for some reason. Some sort of bug on ultra. I'll have to. Pro Gaming Lizard, when you get a chance, could you appear online for 1 second? Yeah, I can, mate. No worries.
Giving us up without a fight.
I just appear offline sometimes on a stream because I get spammed with messages and shit, which isn't nice if you're watching the stream because you hardly see any gameplay. Although I don't think the key comes with the gameplay, it comes with the discussion. Nice kill. This guy's going to chase me with his bayonet. Right, let's reload. Take him out. One to my right. One bullet will do. I missed. I'm down. Drifter, yeah, okay. The drifter. We'll put these misunderstanding. We'll put that misunderstanding as cultural differences. Drifter, you're trying again. I think he is, Nicky. I think he's having a go again. I'd put him in his place if I was you. I was hoping the range would work slightly longer. I think it was just aiming just above his head there. It didn't quite work. Straight back into the game. It looks like Germans are sort of really pushing the forward part of the trench, which is the easiest part for them to get in. So there's no surprise there. That was very nice, very nice. So I'm using the US Marines if anyone's wondering as well. US Marines, this is the specialist class. Specialist class is the shotgun class, so if you ever want to use a shotgun online or anything, that's the one you want to go to. Again, it's easy to use. You don't have to worry about aiming. I think that's one of the more difficult parts of this game. Using a rifle is quite difficult, especially if you're not used to sort of the sensitivity on this game. So shotgun might be more friendly for you if you're a beginner. Hit from behind somewhere. Is he above? Is he on here? Oh no, it's my own guy. Warning. In come the enemies. And we're holding the line now as well. We've got the defence on. It's pretty much game over if we win this one. There's no coming back for them. Nikita, the drifter, no. Can't risk having a bomb posted through my door. Nikita, drifter, don't make me go for that red terror mode. Your royalist views will not help you. Mr. X, what about M and K? Mouse and keyboard. Mouse and keyboard, I just realised what that is. M&K mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure, mate. I imagine this has mouse and keyboard support. I mean, originally it is a PC-made game, so yeah, it probably will work. It's not all that crouch spamming what you do on fucking Siege, Makrov. It's quite, you know, it's proper. That's the word, it's proper. Spawn became invalid. Yeah. The thing is, Makrov, the game's only cheap. So if you like first-person shooters and you're in that sort of World War mindset at the minute, then it might be a good game for you to buy. It's more realistic as well than your sort of Battlefield one. That's the word. I was going to say Battlefront, but it's Battlefield. More realistic than Battlefield. Christ, I'm getting my words mixed up.
They're coming right at us.
Reload. Everywhere. Come on. This guy's behind me as well. Yeah, we have more points than me. That was easy. The Drifter. The king will defend me. He'll raise the dragon banner, like they did against the Scots. Fuck me. Right. Nikita. Drifter, my grandparents shot our king, and I don't feel sorry for it. I'll appear offline again. And Gaming Lizard, mate, did you get into the game? I should be able to check actually if you did. Yes, you're in my squad. That's nice. Let's do the champagne. Let's change it up. Or Boston's, I'm not too asked. Mr. X, clean your PS4. Honestly, I cleaned it last week with like a paintbrush, and it was quiet for about a day, and then it went loud again. So there's just nothing you can do about it. It doesn't. I mean, it's a day one PS4. It's like the original, one of the original old. You know, it's not like one of the more modern PS4s. It's like from the beginning, so it's always going to be quite loud. Get some compressed air. Get cooling. I suppose I could, but at the minute, I mean, it's quite warm in the UK at the minute. I don't know where, anywhere where I put it in my house currently, it will always be warm. So I do, if it's making a quite a loud noise, I do apologise, but there's not much I can do about it. Anyway, Makrov, Mr. X, every time I play with you, there's fucking crickets in the background. It's like playing with, you know, it's like being in the fucking jungle when I play with you. You just can't be fussy.
Hold the line.
We're playing Siege, you're trying to listen out for footsteps, and I can hear a cricket through your mic. Oh, we're attacking. It was me shouting hold the line, and I thought we had to hold the line there. I think the problem is as well, I've got this new headset which has quite a loud microphone on it, so it sort of picks up the surrounding noise really easily. And I'm not willing to buy like one of these fancy microphones, fuck that. Mr. X, it's India. Berry House got 1,000 of 100,000 crickets. I know. There's nothing you can do about it. You ever heard of bug repellent spray? You can just spray that around your house. I'm only joking though, Makrov, you know. Doesn't bother. I like the sound of crickets. It's not too bad. Reminds me of being in Spain or something. I'm down. I'm not sure what killed me. He sort of just ran into me and it was like a rugby tackle that. The Drifter, but the British monarchs are better at war. It's why we conquered half the world. Mr. X, all you can do is kill. And Jay like, I think, did you meant to put likes there? I think you meant to put likes. All you can do is kill. Yeah, in this game, I mean, due to the numbers, I suppose it is just a lot of killing, but it's like, the objective is to take the trenches. That's the objective of the game. So it's not, technically it's not all about killing, it's about holding footholds in the trench. It's about working with your teammate to try and secure a certain area. Obviously it's not always possible, but I mean, majority of my teammates here are just AI. I'm playing with one guy, Lizard, who's in my squad at the minute. Right, I need to change. And I'll keep the shotgun for now. Actually, let's do Springfield. I prefer the Springfield. This is arguably the worst map in the game. People really dislike this map because of the lighting, and I'd have to agree with them. Compared to the other maps, this one isn't great. It's not just the lighting either. It's like these sort of the only routes. You can't really go over the trenches because there's so much barbed wire on this map. The Drifter, including India. Some shimmies up here. Have I got him? In fact, I took him. Can use him to my left though.
Let's smoke him out.
That's a nice kill. Nikita, had the British monarchy send their children to fight in the front lines? No. Mr. X likes. Mr. X, not killing in the game. I mean, you mean cricket? Oh, okay. The Drifter wasn't just us. If a lad wanted to go to war, they made him a drummer boy or a sailor and collected rounds to the navy. Nikitas, I remember the royal family did nothing for victory in the war, but the people of England and their courage did. Well, I disagree with you there, Nikita. The Queen did quite a lot. Our current Queen. In fact, she did a hell of a lot during the war. I'm going to push left. Looks like I've put a smoke screen down the left. Well, I can't hear anyone. I see anyone. We'll move right. The AI seems to have a habit of coming over the top, even though it's really fucking difficult to do that as a normal player. It's a nice kill. The Drifter, Nikita. Drifter, Stalin's son fought on the front lines and one of them died in Nazi camps. Historical debates continue. I'm struggling to find the enemy. I can see it actually. There's one at the top there. I missed. Sorry, I've got him that time. The last time I played this map it was a lot more hectic than this. Some more rounds in the weapon. Come on, where are they at? Where are they at? Liz, if you're in the game still, mate, just be careful as well because I've got friendly fire on. And you can actually shoot your own guys, so it's a bit more slightly dodgy. Some bad shooting by me there. Oh, fuck this. There we are. Chat. Jonathan K. Yeah, what's up? Tell us your favourite US gun from this game. Oh. Probably the... Oh, that's a good fucking question. That's a really difficult question because I rate the US Marines as one of the best factions on the game, if not the best, because of the weapons and grenades. They've got there's such a good attacking faction in the game. They've got all the weapons to be aggressive. You know, you've got the trench shotgun. Let me concentrate. The trench shotgun, the Colt 19. But then you also got the door boys who have the BAR. I think I'm a rifle. I've always preferred rifles on this game, so I think my favourite US weapon's probably what I'm using now, the Springfield. Just because it's normally pretty accurate, even though my shooting's been poor this game. But it's a really nice rifle to use. I'd probably say this is the best rifle in the game, but for me the Lee Enfield's slightly better just because it's got a bigger mag size. But yeah, I like the Springfield, but they've got the Colt 1911, as I've said, they've got the trench gun, which is amazing. And then just the sheer amount of grenades they've got, it's just such a good offensive force. It's why a lot of people, when you play online, usually most teams have like a US Marines or Doughboys in the game. It's a really popular faction, and I can see why. Right. Just wish I had a bayonet. Oh, I do have a bayonet. Doesn't matter. Eat your words. Eat your fucking words. Can't see them. The Drifter, land, money, democracy. Land for the 17th and 19th century, money and democracy for the 20th. Jesus. Nikita, Stalin didn't do anything because Germans were asking to give them the general back for private. They didn't want to exchange, which does he mean? Right, we've got another history debate going on in the chat. I'll leave you guys to it. I'm not getting involved today. I did enough yesterday. I did 2.5 hours of debating yesterday. I'm not doing it again. I'll concentrate on Verdun today. Especially on this fucking map.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
Where's the enemy? Are we attacking? Yeah, we're attacking. I thought it seemed awfully quiet. That's the difficulty on having your HUD off, which again is why usually when I play offline I have the HUD off and then online HUD's always on. Because you've got quite a big disadvantage against the enemy. But the game just looks much nicer without a HUD. Can't run, come on, come on! Enemies on the left, nice one. Cheers, Lizard. Good shout, mate. Using the weapon wheel there, it's good to see. Thought I saw a guy to the left. Is he up here? This is a good place for snipers online. It's really nice. Nice little spot. Someone's called in artillery. I'm down. This back in the day, in the early days of Verdun, when it first came out, this was a massive flamethrowing map. On this trench line which we're attacking now, people used to come into the left and then the middle and just flamethrow the thing all the way out, and it was brilliant. But the flamethrower now is sort of fucking underpowered, so it's not great. It's a bit of a shame, really. Jonathan K, I think it's great. I mean, seeing it from a historical sense, the 1911 is the only gun from the whole game that really stuck through the years. It's great, yeah, it's great. I know, I've seen even what's the fella called on YouTube who shoots all the guns? Hitchcock 45. I was watching him using the 1911. Honestly, it's a really nice looking weapon. But yeah, it has stuck around for a long time. Jonathan K, I feel you can sense that by playing the game using 1911. It feels more smooth and advances than the rest of the semi-autos. Yeah, it is, and also it's such like a, if you've just got the game as well, it's like just a nice, easy weapon to use. It's accurate, you know, it stops people. It's got a decent mag size. It's a pretty good weapon.
We're not giving us up without a fight.
It's a fast reload time as well. That's you can't forget that. Poor shooting. Right, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm gonna annoy. Reload. They're just. Oh, no. Nearly bayoneted my own guy there. This match has been really quiet though, considering the last time I played this map, it was really busy. A lot of guys on. Fire. got no rounds left to use the bayonet. There's a lot of them. At least the gore's working, which is great to see. Nikita is still talking about Stalin. The Drifter's still talking about the UK and the US and democracy. And Jonathan, by the way, a little piece of trivia about the trench shotgun during World War One. Did you know the shells back then came from a paper cartridge? No, I did not. I didn't. That is really interesting, actually. That must have been an interesting process of making them then. But also, the Modest Croc, who's usually in the stream, he was telling me how they used to throw like these sort of dart bombs out of planes in World War I, which I didn't know of, and they didn't explode or anything. I don't think they just used to hit people and sort of smash them to pieces. It's really interesting. I think I don't know what he called them. I forgot. It begins with an F, I think. Freshettes or something like that.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
That might have been something else actually, but yeah, I mean, there's loads of interesting facts about World War One. It's a really interesting time, 1914 and 1918, because sort of the world's changing, but there's still a lot of old school military sort of stuff.
Eat this!
Back of the head. That was a very nice kill. Yeah, so the gore is definitely up. That's fantastic, though. I'm really pleased about that's fixed. Jonathan, if you're having issues with the gore as well, mate, if you've got your gore on ultra, turn it down to high. And it seems to work a lot better. There's been some sort of bug on we've done since the update. The ultra gore mode doesn't actually give you ultra gore; it gives you hardly any. Use the bayonet. There's two of them up. I can't see them. I think I've got them. The Schutzen seem really aggressive. I'm not sure if they're meant to be like that. I'm going to hold him, let him come around the corner. I'm up, I'm push. I can hear them above me just shooting. Enemies on the right, yep. I probably would use my weapon wheel a bit more as well in the game, but I have different controls to shoot. So I shoot with L1 and R1 instead of L2 and R2. A bit like the PS2 and PS3. And so when I use the weapon wheel, like sometimes I can click the wrong things, and then my analog stick's also a bit dodgy, so if I like sort of want to click guys on the right, I end up saying fucking retreat instead, which isn't good. Jonathan K, it was, oh crap, it didn't work at all because of the humidity of the mud. That's interesting. Doesn't surprise me. Paper cartridges. I wonder if that's because it was cheap, or that's just they didn't know any better at the time. An interesting fact, though, definitely. Winchester model. Let's use it. One of these guns have paper cartridges. Nikita, sorry Hebo, but he forced me into it. I know he did. I know he did. He always does. Mr. X, is there friendly fire in this game? Yes and no. Yes and no is the answer to that, because online what you can do is there is a friendly fire that's on, but usually if you shoot someone it just takes points off you, it doesn't actually kill them. But when I play in my custom games I always turn friendly fire on, so if you do shoot someone in your own team they do actually die and you lose points, so you have to be even more careful. So you can, there is a friendly fire, but there also isn't. You don't have to have it on, depends. I think if you're going to play it, I'm doing awful this game as well.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
The Drifter, me and you, two different people who know their stuff debating. The Drifter, you don't know your ass from your elbow. That'll set him off. That'll set him off in the chat. It's going to explode now. Watch this. There's the virgin. Nikita's beat you in a debate. You got beat by a communist in a debate. That's just It's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Although I think, Jonathan, in this game the cartridges aren't. I don't think the paper, they seem to work a bit better in Verdun. I think the cartridges are slightly better in this one. There's a bit of a leg spike there. Strange. It's the right flank. I can hear them above me. I think they're coming in. Right, I tell you what, I've had enough of this. Not on this in the chat. Drifter, I'm sorry to say, but you know the stuff of an average, uninterested in the top level, but you're really trying, which I support. You set them straight. Well done, Nikki. You set them straight. Jonathan K. Yeah, totally. That shotgun really wonders. Yeah, it does, mate. It does. It's good, but it's like how do I describe it? It's a bit hit and miss. Like I feel sometimes I can kill guys long range easy, no issues at all, and other times it just doesn't hit them. So it's a bit of a hit and miss weapon, but it's still fun to use. And in certain situations, it's like it fucking just melts the enemy. It's brilliant. But when it doesn't work, it does fuck you over quite majorly. Bayonet. Guy on top, come on, reload, reload. He's dead, good kill. Until we're on quarter 2, not bad, not bad. The Drifter, Stalin wanted Eastern Poland to be communist, hence the short alliance they had. Chamberlain wasn't a smart man. Got the World War II debate going on in the chat.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
The Drifter, all I know is history, Nikita. Yeah, Nikita, you're taking away his only pride and joy here. Someone's called a smoke screen in pointlessly. I don't think it's the enemy either. I think it's only the Americans that have smoke screen, which is frustrating because that does nothing to help us, that smoke screen whatsoever. Especially when we're defending the trench. Go out there. Is he coming down? Got him. Nice kill. That fucking artillery is so accurate as well. Right, let's try and give a call out. Let's see if it works. Warning, enemies on the right. Because I've got Lizard in the game. Give him a heads up, just in case. Actually, they might have gone left now. That was a pointless call out. Yeah, that might have been a pointless call out. Sorry, Lizard mate, if you're in the game. Apologies. I've had a drink, so I don't know what my ass from the other. He's down. A guy down there. Oh. Nikita, Drifter, I heard so many stupid commies who didn't know even the basic arguments. It would have been good for them. Drifter, where's this Eastern Poland info coming from? I reckon he's going to reply with World War II in colour from Netflix. There is a guy up here. Why the fuck did the AI always come from over the top on probably the most difficult over the top map in the game? Shit, here we go. Ah, I couldn't get all three of them. There's a lot of them there. That was a perfect shotgun situation though. That is what you want when there's a shotgun. When you've got a shotgun. Exactly what you need. Right, let's hold the right. Give another warning quickly. Enemies on the right. But yeah, I'm enjoying playing as the US Marines because even though they are probably one of the best in the game, if not the best, I don't often play as them. just because back in the day online, this is all I used to play as. So I try to change it up when I stream. I always try to play as the French because people seem to dislike the French. That was nice. That was perfect gameplay. Semper Fi. It's Clueless. Hi Clueless, mate. You're right. It's good to see you, Clueless. I haven't seen you in a while. Or heard from you. Seen's the wrong word. Jonathan K. By the way, any news on Tannenberg? Saw some gameplay for the first time and I was impressed. Maps look more dynamic than the usual trench maps in Verdun, and the whole Eastern Theatre is interesting. Yeah, it does look interesting. As I say, the only gameplay I've seen there is what the World War I game series released on their YouTube, and I thought it was really interesting. Again, it's a part of the war I have no sort of knowledge about really. I have no knowledge of the weapons or things like that, but I know a lot of people are excited for it, so it should be good. And there's a guy in the way. But all I know is the release date I got 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I put it on the channel, it's on the video somewhere. I think it's like the 30th of December this year. But then I had some guy send me a message the other day on YouTube saying that it was like this sort of like second half of this year, some shit like that. I can't remember what he said, but I don't know if that's true or not. But you know what the developers for this game are like. It could be tomorrow for all we know. Tannenberg might release tomorrow. No one has a fucking clue. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good thing for this game as well. I think if people think Tannenberg's good, they might buy Verdun and enjoy Verdun. And then you've got two sort of World War I era games. But I have no idea what the price is going to be for it. Clueless. Yeah, I've been busy at work, but finally got some time off. Nice, man. Good for you. Good for you, should I say. I know in the UK they're starting to sort of ease lockdown a bit. A lot of people are going back to work. Currently I still can't work. They won't let us back, but it's a good thing, it's a positive thing. People are working again. What it does mean though is I'm playing an unhealthy amount of games again. I've been out more this week, I've been out and about, doing a bit of hiking and shit, but Nikita and Drifter are still debating about if Stalin was a good guy, I think. In the chat, if you're wondering if anyone's reading the chat, you've got a book worth to read about Stalin. I've missed that. It was a poor shot, very poor. In fact, they're going to come in this left flank here. The bayonet they're ready as well. There's a nice kill. Let's get the reload on quickly. The only issue is with this class is there's no grenades, and again, if I could have a grenade with the shotgun, it would be perfect. It seems like the perfect class to have a grenade, I think. Wait, people think Stalin is a good guy. Yes. People in my chat currently. Well, Nikita, he's a Russian fella. Spent 2.5 hours yesterday telling me how communism isn't all that bad. But you have to debate with him. You have to debate with him yourself. I'm taking a break from the debates tonight. I'm trying to stay clean. Pro Gaming Lizard, good job, man. Good job. Good job. The Soviet army was not prepared for war with superior Western kind of army, such as Germany. Christine Perez, I'm clueless. Those are the people that said Collaborate was a good pistol in Battlefield 1. Yes, Lizard, this is a good map. This is a very good map. The Drifter, let's have a read. Then explain why the Soviets massacred the Poles. And fuck me, this has gone downhill very quickly in the chat. I have no moderators. I'm the only moderator as well, but I sort of don't want to moderate anything. Christian Perez was right though. Free speech, exactly. That's what I try to do on YouTube, because YouTube's gone really downhill with all this free speech shit. It's like this, they sort of try to hide everything, and I don't believe in it, which is why I try to keep everything open in the chat usually. The odd time though, the drifter does get a bit out of hand, so I have to put him in his fucking place, but apart from that, it's usually alright. Right, let's switch to base of fire. Let's change it up. That's what we've got here. Model 1903 Springfield, M1917 Enfield. That's a nice gun, I think. Let's do this. I'll unlock these quickly because of prestige, so I need to unlock everything again. Let's use this. Here we go. I'm going to try and hold this outreach point at the top. But again, usually what happens is you find yourself at the German sort of sitting to focus down on it. These iron sights are strange. Get used to them. Let's read the chat. Probably because they are Poles, couldn't do anything. There's a good movie on the Poles in World War II called Western Platte. 1960 something. Yeah, enemies on the left as well. Lizard mate, if you're in the game. I think he died there. He's down. Let's read the chat quickly. Soviets massacred the Poles. Tell me about it. I think you're talking about K-Town. Pro Gamer Lizard. About 10 of them on the right. Right. Okay, mate. I've got them. I've got a few on the left as well. Not 10 of them. Four shot. Here he is. Fucking Fritz. Christian Perez, yeah, the USSR was never in Poland, you stupid. The drift. Leadership has a huge impact on the debate. Chamberlain didn't know how to handle Hitler. Churchill. The drifter, Hitler Churchill. What a great guy. Have you heard of these things called commas? Oh god. The chat has turned on drifter here. Jonathan Cage bringing it back to normal with talk of the game. On the topic of guns, what do you think about the BAR in the game? Don't you find it a little hard to use between the recoil and the sights being too big? I can never seem to be get good at it all. I think the recoil, it's probably the hardest gun to handle on the game recoil wise. I think, mate. I think you're right. I don't mind the iron sights for me. I don't think they're too bad. I think the reason, yeah, they're not too bad. I wouldn't say, but a lot of people that use it just hip fire. A lot of people just go into the trench and hip fire. So, which I'd still say it's a really popular weapon on this game. But I'm not. As I say, I still prefer the rifles over it. But yeah, I can see what you mean. It is difficult to use. I think again, it's just one of these things. The more you play with it, the more used to it you get. But, Christian Perez, don't think that's because it's realistic. Christian Perez is on a fucking rampage tonight. He's joined the chat, he's being ruthless. Nikita, Drifter, bad allies thing does not justify them. Clueless, yeah, I think BAR is a bit. The Drifter, no, they don't agree with that. Christian, pick up a World War II book, mate, and talk to me. Oh, fuck it all. You know what? There's no need for arguments in the chat. We're doing all right. You know, it's been a decent stream. Let's try and get along. No? Right. Yeah, but Jonathan, you're right, mate. It is a difficult gun to use. Definitely. I'm not a particularly big fan of it. Pro Gamer Lizard, what outfit has the Brody helmet? Fuck, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, out of all the things on this game, I've been playing this game for however long it's been out for, like 3 or 4 years now on PlayStation, and I can truthfully say I've never sort of changed the outfits for any of the any of the factions I play as ever. The only time I've got like different outfits on is if sort of people on my team have sort of selected them differently. I've always just kept them the same. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah. There's a lot of them pushing on the bunker on the hill lizard, if you can hear me. These iron sights for the Springfield aren't too bad. Well, actually, it's not a Springfield, I think it's an Enfield, is it? Enfield, yeah, it's not too bad, but the problem is with the ring iron sight is it sort of... I like to scan when I aim down sights. I like to scan just above the weapon, and it's a lot more difficult to do that. You just have to scan before you aim with this one. Got no grenades. I've got a pistol. Oh yeah, I've got the Colt. I need to remember that. Jonathan K. Oh, clueless. Hold on. Leave the war in the past instead of the YouTube comments. Poor lizard. Not finished, buddy. Sorry, clueless. I apologise. Jonathan K. I agree. I like it that way. I just wish it came with a bipod, or the game had a mechanic like Red Orchestra, which you could lean guns onto surfaces. Aye, you can lean guns onto surfaces only with LMGs, though, I think, which is a shame. But aye, that would be actually a really good feature. I've never thought about that. More World War II talk. Clueless, Drifter, laugh my ass off. You're good. You're just joking. Clueless is just fucking with you. Don't worry. Right, you're still defending at the minute. Lizard's up here, I think, all by himself. There's a nice kill. Yeah, we've got a big push on the right flank here. Let's try and take a few of them down. Nice kill. Let's get an OM kill now. The Drifter, it's estimated that at least 150,000 Polish citizens died during the Soviet occupation. However, this could be a lot higher. Drifter, source please. Christ. I wasn't expecting... You know, honestly, we had a DayZ stream yesterday and there's a big sort of historical talk throughout the stream, but this is like a full-on debate now in the comments. Unbelievable. Bayonet this guy. Oh, I haven't got a bayonet pistol. Good kill, whoever killed him. I'm not sure if it was me. It's lizard. Is that lizard up there? Can't tell.
Let's go, man.
Sounds like we're attacking. Reload the weapon. Does the USMC have a rifleman with a scope? I think so, possibly. I think that's the specialist class. Let me have a look for you. It's either the Doughboys do or... No, maybe they don't actually, mate. Let's have a look, Sapper. No, mate, they don't. I think it's the... I've switched... Shit. But the one that you're thinking of, that's the Doughboys Clueless, which have the sniper. And I think it's the Springfield rifle with like a square scope. The American one, if I remember correctly. I think it is. Don't take my word on it. I don't play as the Americans too often. His arm came off. Nice. Get a grenade down the trench. Push the left if we can. Nice kill, another guy coming up. He's down, another one. Very nice. His face came off. It's not nice, but Jonathan K. Oh, hold on. The comment section is again an ideological war. Yes, it is. Clueless, yeah. Scope Springfield, I believe. Yeah, I think it is, Jonathan. I think it is. Christian Perez, well, I actually have to admit, the USSR controlled a very minute part of Poland until 1941, so basically after that there was nothing. Clueless, oh yeah. I think the Tommies are where I have the most fun since they're the Lewis. The Lewis gun's brilliant. I really do love the Lewis gun. You don't even have to, again, it's like another weapon. You don't even have to sort of play it as an LMG, you can just walk through the trenches spraying. There's a nice kill. Guy on top. Let's get a grenade down because there's going to be a few guys down there. Oh, that's a bad frog. Yeah, the Lewis gun's brilliant. Again, it's why the Tommies are in some ways the best, just because the selection of weapons that the Tommies have. Come on, reload, reload. Poor shooting. I'll switch back to the thing class, no basic fire. Let's use the Springfield class. Nikita, Christian uses more Russian talk. The Drifter, he's Polish, don't listen to those people, Christian. To be fair, in some respects, the American classes are very similar to the Tommies and the Commonwealth classes, just because, again, the Americans have a great selection of weapons in terms of variety and stuff. But the reason why I sort of rate the American guys higher is because some of the weapons are better and they're just more offensive in general. I think they can pack a bigger punch. If I was looking to take trenches quickly, I'd always pick the US Marines, just because they can throw grenades in, and normally the grenade classes aren't shit either. Like they're a grenade class with a good weapon.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
And, again, I mentioned that in the not the Weapons of War series, the Top Faction series. Well, I think next time I play live stream, I think I'm going to use the Belgians. The big black top hats. I don't actually know what the official name is, but they've got an interesting selection of weapons. Shouldn't have the metal plating on. That's a good grenade. Christian Perez, I had a stroke reading that. What did you say? Better English, please. The Drifter, that makes no sense. Why not listen to him? It's all kicking off in the chat. Where's the mods when you need them? I have none. I have no mods. Jonathan K, I'm clueless. Yeah, the Lewis gun is great, definitely the best MG, although I have a soft spot for the Chowchit because it's so crappy. Do you know what? That weapon, it is crappy, but it's kind of accurate. It just has no fucking rounds. Runs out of ammo too quick. Honestly, if that gun had more ammo, I'd like it. I know it's a bit slow firing as well, the fire rate's a bit slow, but it is accurate. There's a nice I think I actually took the guy at the back. I thought I was shooting the guy at the front. Good kills, good kills. Clueless. Forget flamethrowers that make human toast and deadly gas that fries your lungs. The shotguns are unethical for war, onto the Germans. Yeah, I know. Quite ironic, isn't it, really? I think Almighty Evan, who comes in, he was in the stream earlier on today, he normally brings this up, but the flamethrowers, it's a shame that the flamethrowers have gone so shit on this game, because they were brilliant at the start as well. Good work whoever's next to me, and that was Lizard, good shit. But yeah, the flamethrowers, I really wish the bring them back to how they were, because I think it's like a weapon that needs to be OP. And that's what's good about Verdun. Some weapons are OP and you just have to deal with it and work around it. Christian Perez, the Drifter, I did read it. Tell me, how does this make sense? Thing is that this land was taken from the Soviets.
Let's smoke 'em out!
I'm not reading that, I'm not reading it. I'll let them guys debate. Jonathan, it's clueless. That's a funny thing, you know. They only said that because they wanted to seem like the victims. They complained about the shotguns, but yet they used gas and early SMGs and flamethrowers. Yes, they did. Yeah, I actually, when I was there, got to see the first ever site that was used by gas. That must have been like a very scary part of the war when you saw this sort of gas getting shot over via sort of mortars and stuff, and suddenly you can't fucking breathe. Jonathan K. By the way, the flamethrower sucks so much in this game. Was it always like this, or did it get nerfed? It got nerfed. It got nerfed, and it only got nerfed after the update as well. Have I got a pistol? Yes, I have. I love the Colt. Fucking brilliant. Very nice. Yeah, it got nerfed, mate, and it's a bit of a shame. As I was saying, Evan, who was in the chat earlier, he was, I think he's a big fan of the flamethrower, and honestly, it's a great weapon. Or it was a great weapon. It was good for when the enemy was bunched up in clusters, and it always gave the teammates a chance to sort of move in and grab a foothold, which was the sort of tactical part about the flamethrower. And they nerfed it. They didn't need to nerf it either. It was, I don't know what that was about, because people who used it were killable, but you know, they weren't invincible. But the Germans, the very first professional victims, yeah, they were, mate. The drift anyway. The drift anyway, lads. It's been an adventure. Nikita will talk tomorrow. Talk more, mate. Been a pleasure. Cheers, George. See you later on. Oh shit! I'm too busy reading the chat. I'm running to fucking bad way. Fuck's sake. I think you have a good one, Drifter. A shame about the flamethrower. We could use some maps, I think. Yeah, could, mate, definitely. Talking to the Drifter, by the way, Clueless, yeah. And the Drifter and Clueless, stay frosty. Well, I think Nikita, you debated him out. You've made him want to sleep. Well played. I imagine the next stream there'll be an even bigger debate. He's going to go off now and search history and get sources to answer the questions that you gave him. Come on. Oh, very bad. Very bad indeed. Fucking die. There we are, have it. So yeah, if anyone's watching, the Schutzen is here on verse in a minute. The guys with the metal plating. They seem quite the aggressors. And Nikita, however, it wasn't so hard. How about some World War I talk, considering this game is entitled Verdun? It's about World War I. Yes, it is. To be fair, mate, Christian, we usually do have a lot of World War I talk. We normally have a guy in called Brian who, every time someone asks a question, he backs it up, and yeah, we'll have a World War I debate. I don't mind that. Clueless, the Springfield is a bit hard to use since most of the time I can't see the front of the iron sight eye. I know what you mean. The 1903 Enfield's like that as well. Fucking Yanks piled up here. God damn it. Yeah, the Springfield, I see what you mean, but I like it. I feel like if you do, I don't know. I've had a few drinks now, so my aim's not as good, but earlier on I was enjoying using it. It's a good weapon. The only, again, it's like the only reason I put the Enfield above it is because it's got a 10-round magazine. Well, it's got 10 rounds in it, it's not a magazine, is it? But Nikita, I think the Drifter tried to play on the emotion in one part about the Poles killed by the Soviets. Emotions don't work as an argument for me. I'm a cold-blooded person as well. Christian Grace, personally I'm with the Germans during the Great War. Really? That's a perspective I don't hear too often. Nikita agrees. Christ. Explain yourself, Christian. Give us the rundown, man. Still holding the line's going well. This map always happens on this though. You always get to this trench and it doesn't move from here. Shit. Yeah, Christian, tell us why though. And Nikita, tell us why. Why do you agree with them? Or why do you side with them? However, cold-bloodedness is also called scientific way of thinking. Clueless. Christian Perez, yeah, World War I was a bit less black and white than World War II when it comes to the morals. Yeah, I agree. Christ, I'll concentrate. Yeah, there's definitely... You can definitely be, I suppose, a bit more sympathetic. But there's no excuse for what they did in Belgium either. That's the issue. I think that's where, you know, the Germans did a lot of bad in Belgium. A lot of pillaging. Jonathan K, I'm with the Germans even in World War II. I hate the bad rap they get from the media. Not everyone was an Auschwitz guard. They were all soldiers. Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm not with them because I think that at the end of the day, the higher motive was wrong in World War II. What they wanted was wrong. It wasn't right. And even though not everyone, you're right. I agree with you. Not everyone was a fucking Aryan. You know, people were. Some of them were just soldiers, just like you get in the British, the Russians, and. But I think the overall motive for the Germans in World War II was completely wrong and didn't work. But yeah, World War I's a lot more debatable, I suppose. Nikita, for Christian, I agree to go for changing on the top of World War I, but not the Germans were right. Christian Perez, well, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand was caused by the Serbs. Yes, it was. I think so. Germany had as much right to declare war now. I think some Brits were. I think some Brits were with the assassins. There's a book by Max Hastings, which I've got called titled World War One. Max Hastings is he writes massively on war, whether it be the Falklands or World War One, World War Two, Vietnam. He's done a good piece in Vietnam as well, if you're interested. And he looks into the sort of the start of World War One, because the start of World War One is probably one of the most confusing starts to any conflict ever. But yeah, it's an interesting one, which is why people formulate so many opinions on who's right and who's wrong. But I see what you mean, Christian Perez. Clueless, yeah, I was watching a documentary with footage of the German prisoners, and most of them were just fighting since they felt like they had to. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's just how it is. Jonathan was right. I mean, not every soldier's an Aryan or an Auschwitz guard. A lot of them were just regular guys who were sort of conscripted in and had to fight, just like any other soldier in any other nation in World War II, pretty much. We all don't like the Japs, so that's where everyone. That's where everyone agrees. I'm only joking if there's any Japs watching. The World War One was the war of empires, started by the Emperor and Imperial ambitions. Yeah, of course it was. It was yeah, you're completely right. It was, because Britain beforehand was worrying that Germany was getting too big for its boots. That was a massive worry for the British. They thought their empire would be sort of undermined by the Germans, because the Germans' economic and sort of industry power was getting massive just before World War One. They were getting they've always been a big nation, you know, that area, but they were getting quite big, and there was always going to be a World War One. It was always going to happen at some point. Christian Perez, Nikita, you are right. Although, if any side deserves a little bit of sympathy, I think it's Germany and the Austro-Hungarians. Get the Ottomans. Jonathan K, got a question for all the chat and Hevel. Which do you personally think was the last romantic war? The last one which would have had that sense of adventure and honour. Sense of adventure and honour.
You're not giving us up without a fight.
Good question. Hayden Lloyd, didn't some Brits feel like they should have been fighting with the Germans against the French? Yeah, because of previous years beforehand, there was a lot of conflict with the French, but in political terms, I think the French were okay with the Brits for a long time, but or at least like during World War One and World War Two in that era. Yeah. The last romantic war, honouring. Well, I suppose, as a Brit, looking at it, I think the last one where there was a lot of honour was certainly the Falklands War, because the majority of the Falkland Islanders, I think it's like 90% of them are British, and the guys who went over there to get it back were taking back British territory. That was just a matter of it. And you know, that I suppose the honour of that you know, they really were fighting for Britain at that point. Afghanistan, we weren't really fighting for Britain. It was a mess. The same with Iraq. So I think 1982 Falklands. I think to answer that question.
Where the hell do you think you're going, soldier?
For me, anyway. Christian Perez. People don't know what's good for anyone. Just look at frickin' Minneapolis. You know, of the riots and shit. I'm clueless. Jonathan K. Probably the revolution. See, I picked with the Falklands War. I picked a very modern one. I think a lot of people are going to pick older ones, but I think when you look at the honour wise, I think the Falklands is quite big for the UK. Let's strictly talk about the sense of adventure and wonder. I mean, something else. Compare the US Civil War to World War II, for example. It feels like as a weapon tech advanced on or left the battlefield. Yeah, it definitely do. I think that's a yeah. I don't think a lot. The thing is, as well, with a lot of modern wars is it's the enemy as well. Today, our enemy usually isn't like it's like normally a terrorist organisation, so there's no honour between the two sides, is there really? So back in like the sort of like 18th century and stuff, there's a lot more honour back then. Okay, brilliant. Jonathan, the Wehrmacht was politicised army, but I mean it was very Nazi. Look at the Eastern Front before telling me about syntax James World War II. I'm close. Yeah, modern war is a bit iffy when it comes to honour. Definitely. I think the Falklands was the last one that had quite a bit more honour in it. Let's go. Oh no, we've already done that tonight. Let's go, Fosters. Scoreboard. Lizard's still in the game, racking up a total of 94 kills that game. Good job, Lizard. He's not fucking about tonight. I think the war that always interested me the most since I've been a kid is Vietnam. From the time that the sort of French were there to when the sort of Americans left, and then when the Chinese invaded as well. And I've got a lot of sort of stuff on the Vietnam War. It really interests me. It's an interesting time as well when the Americans were there, the sort of 60s, late 60s, well, from the early 60s to mid 70s and stuff. I think it's an interesting one. And again, if you like reading and you like history and stuff, Max Hastings, Vietnam is a good book. Who have we got? Jonathan K. I don't talk about sympathy for the Germans. I'm talking about the fact that they were just soldiers, and soldiers in war have to do stuff. Soviet front too commit atrocities. Every front's committed atrocities with it, but that's just a fact of war. But I think it's like anything, you know. It's like, look at the police in America, for example. Now that guy, the police everyone's hating on the police, but not every police officer will be like that. If you know what I mean, it's just like it's the same with like soldiers. Like not every soldier will commit atrocities. Some are just there to do the job, but everyone gets put under the same category when a certain thing happens. That's just how it is, I think. Christian Perez, I'm alive. By the way, I'm Arctic Cobra 05 and PSN. Remember me. The name rings a bell. Arctic Cobra. Did you send me a message recently? If I don't remember you, I apologise. It's just recently I've had a lot of people in contact constantly. Nikita, Jonathan, true, we didn't massacre and start no genocide. I think this was a sale of $10 and paid for. I'm not sure if it still is. Oh, this is online. I've been thinking this was offline the whole time. No, mate, it's online. The last two streams I've been playing online. It's a bit late on the EU server, so I'm playing offline tonight. But you can play online as well. It's depends what you like. But if I played online now, it means I'll have to go on the US servers, and the US servers are a bit laggy for me. So I've got a bit of a disadvantage, and I don't like that. I don't like losing. I get too angry. Okay, what about the Hassan's family? Listen, Curtis, do you play with people? I would love to play if you like. Yeah, mate, you're more than welcome to join right now. I'm playing with Lizard currently, who's in the game. Where is he? He's on 8 and 2. He's on fucking fire tonight, destroying the enemy. You're more than welcome to join, Christian, of course. I always try to play with people on Verdun. I don't tend to play with people on any other game, but when I stream Verdun, I'll try to get anyone who wants to play to join. I'm always happy to play with people. Jonathan, it's more connected to the whole thing that we're starting genocide in like X. Oh, you just started, Jonathan. You started another debate with Nikita here. Best of luck. Best of luck. It's fucking kicked off again in the chat. There's a feeling that hill lizard. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you're watching still. Morning. Gonna be behind us. Clueless. If only I didn't have an Xbox. Typical. Typical. I was talking to a guy though, Clueless, the other day called Modest Croc, and he's an Xbox player and he comes into the stream quite often, and I think he's looking to find players to play with on Verdun. He seems a nice guy, so if next time he's on the chat, I'll give him a heads up that you're on Xbox, and he'd probably, I imagine he'd team up with you, because we've got a good few communities on PlayStation now. So it'd be good to get some on Xbox as well. Apparently there is a historical sort of role-play one on Xbox. I think he told me, but I don't know how active that is. The one that we had on PlayStation recently has just been deleted, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to have to sort of restart. I need to get an event going, because we haven't had an event in like 2 or 3 months now, and people are asking for them. Jonathan K, there is no connection to the World War II. My message just meant that at the end of the day, no one is free of sin. Clueless, okay, I'd love to play with him. Yeah, I'll definitely give him a heads up for you, mate. Nice kill. Christian Perez, Nikita, United Socialist Soviet Republic. Right, how are we doing? How are we doing? How's Lizard 15-2, legend. He's specialist at the minute. Nice. I'm gonna switch back to the NCO soon. I think my favourite role. Why is he not? Oh, glitch! Bit of a glitch there on the aim. I don't know if anyone saw that one. Fucking bastard. Yeah, I only serve the Galactic Republic. Not the Trade Federation, Clueless. Not a Trade Federation, man. People hate the Trade Federation. I like them. By the way, are you in EU servers now? That match is mostly populated by bots. Yes, I am. It's a custom game, that's why, Jonathan. And it's quite... currently in the UK, it's nearly 2:30 in the morning, so... Clankers, yeah. It's 2:30 in the morning, so it's quite late. EU servers won't be busy, but I think I've got a few guys, some guys joining on the stream, so that was good. Yeah, that was quick, Lizard. That was quicker than usual. I don't know why. Normally you can push them back to the next trench. Custom games baffle me when that happens. So look, how did we do? Nice, good shit. Map. Let's do Flanders. I love Flanders. Yeah, Jonathan, mate, we're in the EU servers. Again, you can join if you want. It should be on there, the game should be advertised. Nikita, Jonathan, don't tell me about the Germans, because I know what they have done to my land and people. I'm not getting involved. I'm not saying anything. Lizards, let's try and win this one quick as well if we can. Smash the enemy. Jonathan, oh I see. I play on EU too. I'm on Spain, so I don't know what's the general term for time zone. I usually play it around 7 PM or 10 PM. It's around 7 PM, 10 PM on here. Yeah. I think I've got a video on the channel called Where Are the Players, and in that video I list out cities across the world. This is how dedicated I am, right? Cities across the world, and I list the times of when they're all active. It took me fucking ages to make that. But that might help. But I can't remember. I think, is it Spain? You're an hour ahead in Spain? Or is it an hour back? I think it's an hour ahead. Christ knows, I'm not too good with that shit, but... Nikita, okay, another one down. Can you stop annoying the Russian bear? Is that the nickname you gave yourself, Nikita? Is that what you've gone to? The Russian bear? Right, okay. I'll be attacking first, it looks like we are. Again, Nikita, I would call you Stalin, mate, but I don't think YouTube would let me get banned for calling viewers Stalin.
Eyes on the horizon!
Right, let's attack. This map's great. I love this map of mine. This is possibly like the second best sniper map on the game, I think. No grenades. Just do some trench sweeping. Nikita, no, it's just a common phrase, so I still don't have you still don't have a nickname yet. Fuck, I'm stuck in the wire. If anyone in the chat can find a nickname for Nikita, that'd be great. We're trying to find him one. I haven't got the brain power currently to think of one for him. Clueless likes the Russian bear.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
Nice kill. Down the ledge. Be careful not to shoot your own guys though. Should have missed that. Should have missed that.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
Nicky Pro Gamer. The thing is, I don't think this Nikita fella, I don't think he's a gamer, I think he's just a historian. He just comes in to debate people, and you're taking away my viewers, Nikita. You're pissing them all off. I'm only joking, man. I'm only joking. People come into this stream and they say, oh, I like history, and Nikita just questions them, do you really like history? And that's it, it's game over. Jonathan K, yeah, annoying Russian bear sounds appropriate. Oh, it's kicking off again. I'll keep my head down now. I've said enough. Yeah, Liz, we have got a few incoming. Looks like they're down the middle at the minute, mate, I think. Possibly to the right flank as well. But again, I can't see the German uniforms on this map really do fit in quite well. Got to start hitting these shots, I think. Very poor shooting for me tonight. Getting pinned down. We've got Germans into the left. Shit. Toxic Headball, take down the sniper. Christ. Lizard, if you're watching this, mate, there's no sniper, it's just me being a tit. I've pressed the wrong fucking button. Nikita, sorry, I'm not a historian really. Clueless, I have to say though, it's cool to hear a Russian perspective on everything. Yeah, it is, of course. I think that's the cool thing about this sort of the channel we've got going at the minute. People are coming in the chat, they're from all over. We've got Jonathan said he's from Spain. We've got I think Hayden before. I think he's Canadian. We've got a Yank. We've got a few Brits, I think. We've even got an Indian. We've got an Indian somewhere. Every now and then he pops in the stream. Throw a grenade. I wish. If I had a grenade, mate, I would. Nothing care, I'm Clueless. I agree. It's great to have these debates. Nikita, I'm Clueless. I'm a commie too. Just don't start. I know I should give a warning if anyone's sort of new in the chat pops up. I should just say don't even go there. Don't even bother. Nikita's just waiting for someone to bite, isn't he? And then he just fucking ravages them. No mercy in the comments. That was a nice kill. Even not as pissed as I thought it was. Yeah, I'm just a boring old US citizen. Nothing wrong with being a US citizen. Could be worse. Could be French. A joke, of course. Switch weapon. Yeah, for low. Pro Gaming Lizard, No Mercy Nicky. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Does he want to be called Nicky though? Is that a name Nikita likes? Which city? Clueless, don't tell him because he'll try and set up a communist sort of society in your city if he finds out. I told him I'm not too far away from York and he decided to make it the capital for a socialist state in Britain. Push through the mud here. Let's keep attacking. So yeah, again that's another, I know I put the sort of video out the other day about the weapons wheel, but another reason I don't use it is because my analog stick is completely fucked. I'm going to try and use the bunker, let's do that. One on the right. Let's do some trench sweeping with this. I agree with Hayden there, I'm completely... Hayden's correct, I think. Is it metal stopping those shots? No, I've got them. Copies in my city. I've got Rambo on speed dial. Clueless is fucking Rambo. Just don't start. Clueless lodge, just a little joke. I just asked the question from which city he is. I don't even care. Man, Rambo First Blood is so good. The other two movies not so. Good action, yeah. I think Rambo First Blood's great. The modern remake, which came out after, when did that come out? The modern remake. That wasn't too bad, I didn't think, but I think my favourite Stallone movie though is still Rocky. Can't go wrong with Rocky. It's a classic. The soundtrack, it's the fucking soundtrack for it. It's a nice kill.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
I think they're in the trench somewhere. There we are. Here he is. It's a nice kill. Let's try and hold this right flank if we can. On the ground.
Hold the line. Hold the line.
For some reason, the last two games, the Germans have been very sort of sporadic. Usually, they cluster in one pile, especially on custom game. But tonight, they've been very much spread out, which I suppose is slightly more realistic. But it's a pain in the arse because I find myself running from side to side. I don't want to just hold one side. Not when we were winning anyway. If we were getting beat pretty badly, I would hold one side. But you should look up The Critical Drinker on YouTube. Just a little type of cousin. Clueless. Yeah, the original is a cheesy Vietnam War movie with a good like soldier, dual wheels LMGs. It's not a debate though. It's fact. Hayden's putting his fucking foot down here. I don't think I really recommend you this one, Nikita. This one isn't about USA vs USSR, it's about a veteran coming home from Nam and finding himself an outcast in his own country. Poking the bear again. Hello, Hayden is bullying me. I can't bully the Russian bear, it's impossible, I don't believe it. Close, you mean Rambo 2 or Rambo 3? One first was. It ain't anything like that. Yeah, Rambo's a good movie. First Blood. It's probably like one of Stallone's best, I think. That and Rocky, I think, was his best performances, I'd say. He's in the Expendables as well, but that's just like it's a fucking action movie. It depends what you're into. I don't particularly like just action movies, but the Expendables wasn't too bad. It was watchable, I think. Yeah, Rocky's a fucking good movie, man. Whenever I feel sort of fucking lazy and sort of need to kick up the arse, I watch Rocky. Did I shoot him in the head there? Might have shot his arm, I think. He was killed. Totally, yeah, but Rocky is great though. Great too. He's acting at his finest. Have you seen another Stallone film called Copland? I haven't seen Copland. I have heard about it. Are we attacking it? I haven't seen Copland. I've seen Kindergarten Cop with what's his name? Schwarzenegger. I remember watching that years back, and then I watched it again about a year or two ago. It's not a bad movie. Not even close. You know when he laughs like that, you know it's like a fucking brutal movie, don't you? Copland. You can just tell. Yeah, but Rocky's great. What's your favourite Rocky if you have to pick one? I used to have the whole box set, 1 to 5, like the originals, not the shite new ones, the 1 to 5, the proper ones. I used to have the complete box set of them. Original casing and stuff was very nice. There we are. So I'm still using the Springfield at the minute. I am using the 1903 model. Probably one of my favourite weapons in the game after tonight. Really enjoy using it. Pretty much feels like the Leonfield Mark III, but just slightly less ammo, which isn't too much of a worry, I suppose, because I've got the Colt 1911 as a backup weapon.
They're coming right at us.
First one, hands down. Yeah, first one's amazing. I think growing up I used to like Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang, Mr. T. But as I sort of got older, 1 and 2, you realise 1 and 2 are the best, I think. Me too. So 70s cinema, really in blue collar. Have you seen any of the Alien movies? Of course I have, yeah. Alien 1, the best. Alien is ahead of its time. That's a fact. But yeah, Jonathan, you're right, it's the more 70s thing I've ever seen. I'm trying to think of anything that's more 70s. Saturday Night Fever feels very 70s, I think. Even if you're not into sci-fi, even if you're not like an Alien or sci-fi person, Alien 1 is just a great film to watch in general. The story, the sort of, just everything, it's great. But yeah, this is a fantastic class. You got your Springfield rifle, which is pretty accurate, good reload time, fairly decent iron sights. And then if you run out of ammo on this, which you often do, you can just switch to your Colt. And the Colt is probably the best handgun in the game, I'd say. I think it's better than the Luger, personally. It seems to work better anyway for me. Fits my playstyle, I think, a bit more. Jonathan, yeah, what's your favourite one of the series? I'm honestly debating between 1 and 2. Hebo puts a fact here. I just recently watched 1917, one of my all-time favourites. I haven't, don't have a go here, but I haven't seen 1917 yet. I still haven't seen it. And, which is not good of me, because I'm a big war movie fan. Pretty much any war movie, I've probably fucking seen it, I think. But 1917 is one that I haven't watched. So I really need to watch it. Jonathan, I like 2 because of the action and 1 for the film's best inspiration. Yeah, I think 1's my favourite in the series, definitely. Oh, we're attacking. You don't really. It's rare you attack this trench. It must be Gaming Lizard. What's it? Let's have a look. What's he doing? How's he doing? 63 kills. Shit. Oh, PlayStation's fucking me over here. Sorry, fellas. Yeah. You haven't even seen 1917. Prepare for rocks, boys. I know, it's shocking. For my standards, it's shocking. It really is, actually. Problem is with us being in lockdown as well, I can't even see it at the minute. You should when you get a chance. It only has 3 really long scenes that make you feel like you're pull the soldier along for the ride. Yeah, I know they do. It's a continuous shot, isn't it? I've seen the trailer for it and it does look amazing. Because we haven't got enough World War I movies either. You've got... trying to think what we've got. Trying to think of the best World War I movie I've ever watched. There's not enough either way. There's not enough of them, but it does look amazing. Trying to think case. 1 is so dreadful that, and that's great. 2 is more action. It's good action. It's well done. I really like the final with Ripley going after the kid. Yeah. That's the thing with action. You sort of you can get cheap action and you can get proper action. That's what you need. Let's reload the weapon.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
Is 1917 good? I haven't seen it. Apparently it's amazing, but I haven't seen it either. I'm with you on that one. I would like to see it. Nice kill. A few Germans here. Trying to take them out. I have no grenades. I really miss not having the grenades in this class. It's a great class, but just the grenades seem so vital. When you start taking a lot of guys out of grenades, I think it makes you think that you need them more. It's like an addiction. Addicted to grenades. Really good. Saving Private Ryan, tier of goodness. Saving Private Ryan, I love that movie. Band of Brothers. There's another. If you like Saving Private Ryan, you love Band of Brothers. I have to check it out. Saw a few movies about this period of time, yeah, I know. Completely agree. I watched one, in fact I put it on DVD around me somewhere, all of them. Journey's End, that's the one, Journey's End. Classic. Well, it's not a classic, it's fairly new, but it's more of the sort of... It looks at the camaraderie between soldiers and how they work with each other. Journey's End. So it's, I mean, it's not like a violent film. It's not like your action-packed World War I film, but it's pretty good on trench life. It looks at trench life particularly, and the sort of suspension between going over the top and things like that. It's great. It's a good watch. Hayden Lloyd, if you get good with grenades, they are. Again, it's like what I was saying, if you get used to using them, it sort of becomes an addiction, you always want them. It's a great way of sort of preparing the trench before you charge. Throw a grenade in first, either injure them or kill them, push in, get a foothold, win the game. Yeah, and which is, again, it's why like I really highly rate the fucking US Marines and Doughboys in this game. They just, with all the grenades that they have and shit. Clueless. I've been getting ready to watch that. Isn't it a mini-series? Yeah, it's a mini-series based on sort of true events, and it's sort of. I mean, it's just. I'm not going to ruin it for you. It's amazing. If you haven't watched Band of Brothers, just fucking marathon it, mate. Take a day off work, 24 hours, just fucking watch it all. It's absolutely amazing. It's got some great actors in. I mean, it's the highest quality of like TV show you can get. It's on par with Saving Private Ryan, if not better. If not better. Hebo, have you heard the price of mile from Sabaton? No, I haven't. You have to explain it to me, Nikita. You sort of have to feel it over time and learn how far they go. Yeah, the grenades. The grenades used to go too far, but now I feel like I am getting used to them more, so I'm using them a lot more effectively, which is a good thing. Because if you use them effectively, then they're working.
Hey, get back in line.
Jonathan Game, can you cook them in this game, right? I mean, yeah, you can cook grenades. Sometimes if you get pissed off, just hold the grenade and run into a trench. Every now and then I'll do that. Got him. Hidden Lloyd, I hated them when I first played the game, but but you get a feel from them. Yeah, it depends how long you've been playing the game for. They were shit at the start. They used to do a hell of a lot of damage, but
Yeah, well done,
you
boys.
used to be able to throw them too far and they'd bounce about all over the map. It was a bit mental, but they're good now. They've got a bit of weight behind them, so I think they're a bit more accurate when you throw them. Clueless, really, I didn't know that. Yeah, they used to fly. They used to fly if you were in a blue picture. Yeah, man. They did. Fucking hell. Let's have a look. 104 kills, Gaming Lizard. Someone's been drinking energy drinks tonight, you can tell. Let's do our say. Clueless. Yeah, there's even a tip in the loading screens about cooking them for too long. I usually count to 5 and throw them when I'm really close to an enemy. That's a good tactic. Count to 5. Hidden Lloyd. I'll just start sprinting with one in your hand and hopping in the trench. Yeah, just sort of a suicide grenade. Sometimes that works because people want to just bayonet you instead. Nikita. Price of a Mile is a great piece of art. It sings about the horrors of World War One. It gives me a chill when I listen to it. I'll have a look, mate. I'll definitely look into that. Definitely. Clueless. Gaming Liz is the World War One Rambo. He fucking is. Apparently, that game he didn't even shoot. He just used his fists and a trench baton. He didn't even use a fucking a gun. He just used a trench baton. That was all. Pro Gaming Liz. This is going to be my last match. No worries, man. Appreciate you playing. It's been good. It's probably why we're winning so much if you're getting 104 kills within like 10 minutes. I'll try and catch up this game.
Welcome to the
I'm going
front.
to push the right flank here. See how that goes. Ready. Drop him. There's another one to the right. Look at the pistol out for this. In the head. Through his helmet. But I do like the Schutzen armour. I do like that. I don't know why I like that, but I like the metal plate in the wear. It looks quite interesting. I'm Clueless reminds me about the Battlefield Vikings. Still copyright? Yeah, oh yeah, it's still copyrighted. That I mean, that is the claim. That will be the next Battlefield game. That's just a fact. Everyone's into Vikings at the minute. Battlefield Vikings. If they can make money from it, they will. Oh, they shot me on guy in the back of the head. That shit. He took 2 shots. I'll get in a cover quickly. Reload.
Not giving this up without a fight.
Actually, there was only one strike. Was that gas I can hear as well? It's getting a bit manic in the trenches. In fact, I don't think any of these guys have gas, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm overloaded, it's charging. Break his knees. Jesus, he impaled himself. Christ. Poor bastard. Let's read the chat quickly. Included, this is kind of funny when the match starts and they all yell, since they all have the same voice actor. Okay, so this is, anyway, I've got to go. It was fun hanging out with you fellas. See you around. Cheers, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Good luck on Verdun as well, man. Good luck. All the best. What the fuck is wrong with my throat? Well, the last time we played this, it was just a standstill in this trench. Let's see if it happens again. Which it might. Computer, Axe going to steal my invention. He is going to be very surprised when they find out they have to pay me for its use. Oh yeah. I wonder how they're going to implement it into gameplay of the axe gun. Because obviously, Battlefield Vikings will only have weapons like guns. There'll be no melee combat in it. The axe gun will be a very, very first. Clueless, yeah, I'm going to call it a night after this match. No worries, Clueless. I think I am as well, to be fair. It's nearly 3 AM here. And I should really sleep. Bullet shooting longbows, yeah. Can't go wrong with a longbow. You don't even need bullets when you've got a longbow. Longbows will do the job anyway.
Let's smoke 'em out!
The Welsh longbow, no English longbow. Stop drinking, shoot. Oh, that was a very nice headshot, I like that. Push down the trench quickly. Looks like we're clear here. Let's hold the ground. Let's leave strikes on the left, smoke where we are. Must be a push nearby us. It's a bit dark down in that valley. It's quite hard to shoot guys. It's not easy for them to push either because you can just have an MG on the where it just died actually. And sometimes they're spawning clusters around big holes and you can just fucking pound them. Right, okay, what are we reading? They're going to have hand-carved 1911. Hello, what are you drinking? Tonight I'm drinking Budweiser because I've run out of whiskey. Very depressing indeed. Hello, I guess I chose the wrong night to try and get my normal sleeping regime back here. You know, as I say, I wasn't going to stream originally tonight because I've been out all day. I'm quite tired. But I was just bored and I thought, fuck it, stream. If anyone wants to watch some gameplay, they're more than welcome to, and people do. People have joined. I think I find it's the conversations that we seem to get into that are so random yet funny. Especially when you got Macro joins and starts talking about why his girlfriend's left him for some reason. I find that fucking hilarious. Poor bastard.
Let's smoke 'em out!
Right, Hebo, I guess the Habo Hotel. Hayden Lloyd, ooh, what type of whiskey do you drink? Whiskey's not. In fact, it's not even whiskey, it's bourbon. I drink Jim Beam. Bourbon I drink. I normally drink Red Stag, the cherry flavoured one. Recently, I think it's like I've never seen this flavour of Jim Beam. It's probably got an apple bourbon, and I've acquired the taste of it. I like it actually. Got into it, but I've tried to stop drinking lager because I'm not really a big lager fan, but it's cheap and you know it's all that's in the house at the minute. Well, yeah, Jim Beam's nice if you like bourbon. Jim Beam, I recommend it. I don't drink, I prefer Kool-Aid. Nikita, I prefer water. Nothing wrong with water. Dr. Pepper. I don't like water even though it has no taste. Nothing wrong with water, mate. It's healthy. If I only drink at the weekends now. I don't sort of try not to drink weekdays. It does you no good. But you'll start to get the taste to it at some point. Drink it warm, mate. Have a change. I don't mind what. Hello. Who are you working as? Who? Well, what I've got, I've got university at the minute. So I do a course at university, and then on the side to earn money to live where I live, I work in a kitchen, just for the next 2 years or so, just to keep me going. And then once I've got my university degree, then move on to a different job and possibly a different location. So at the minute I work in a kitchen, which is why I'm not back at work yet. So it's not like because what the fuck am I on about? I'm working in a kitchen, so that's why I can't go back. Cause I can't. You're not allowed to handle food yet, I don't think. And the kitchen I work in is a very closed, like it's a tight kitchen. There's like 6 guys that work in there as well. What are you working as? Hayden Lloyd, nice. I prefer Knife Rag. It's too expensive. I like Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, and Canadian Club. It's cheap. Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker. I've heard of. Where have I heard Johnny Walker from? I've never tried it, but I've fucking heard of it. Jack Daniels is alright. Aye, it's not too bad. I think you get sick of it though, don't you? You get sick of Jack Daniels. It's like the main one. Everyone does it. Nikita, change water. Nice. What major? Policing. Policing. I'm doing in a minute. Professional policing. Doesn't mean you have to go into policing. It can sort of lead you into the prison service or intelligence or any sort of job sector. To be fair, getting a degree can lead you to anywhere, but it's specified in policing and criminology. It's an interesting subject. It's quite fun. It's enjoyable. Dark at points, admittedly, but it's interesting. Hello, you are truly working class. Aye, possibly. Yeah. Oh, I never took you as a police type. No, it's a fairly. They've had the police studies course has been going on for years, and fairly recently the sort of College of Policing in the UK have changed it to a degree called professional policing. So it's very specified on the policing techniques itself. So it's not the practical, but it's the theoretical side of it. So what it does, if you get that degree and then apply to join the police, you've got they don't have to spend money on sending you to university to get a degree. So basically you're saving the police force or the police service a lot more money. But it doesn't guarantee you a job. It doesn't mean you can get a job just because you've got the degree. You've still got to do your training, you've still got to pass all the tests and stuff. So it doesn't guarantee anything. It's a nice kill. Fuck off. Hayden Lloyd, yeah, Jack starts to taste a bit like water. Yeah, you get sick of it. It's I don't know what it is about Jack Daniels. I think you get sick of it, which is why I like Jim Beam, for example. They do like the flavoured bourbon sorts. They've got cherry whiskey. It's not, I know Jack Daniels do that as well, but Jim Beam's got quite a. I think it's quite strong, unique taste. It's nice. Damn. I almost chose policing for my degree, but chose English instead. Kind of regret it. To be fair, English isn't too bad. It depends what type of English you do. Do you mean it as in, is it like literature or is it like language? Clearly, yeah, I don't know much about UK police. I know about the Bobbies and the CTF. Yeah, they've got quite a few branches. But I think everyone initially does 2 years as regular officers on probation. And once you've done 2 years, you can move on to like specialist, like firearms or intelligence or whatever, you know. Any. What police do you know? What police? Do you mean as in what do I know? Do I know anyone in the police or do I? It's English lit. Nice. Literature is not bad. It depends what literature you do, mate. It depends what if the Gestapo. I'll try not to be like the Gestapo. I'll try to be a bit more lenient. The SS. There's always one who brings the SS into it, isn't there? There's always one. Always fucking one. Nikita, you'll go with the KGB one, yeah? Was that an intelligence service? I have suspicion to believe that Nikita is part of the KGB.
We're not giving
Fucking Putin's special branch or something. Let's hope that. Yeah, I've been thinking a bit hard about what I'm going in the USMC. That's a Marine Corps thing, isn't it? What's it like over there? Do you have to do like a certain? Do you have to be at a certain fitness level before you can apply to join, or is it tests? Like, is there pre-joining tests, or do you just sign up and that's it? A month later, you're fucking running around singing songs for it. You have the balls to do it. Do it, bro. Aye, definitely. If you're passionate about it, you may as well. There's nothing stopping you. Unless you've got asthma like me, which is why I can't do it. I've got asthma, but it doesn't affect me, which is my fault. How about if you say that I'm Putin's special branch, I'm gonna find you. Yeah, the drifter's the common enemy here, Nikita, man. He's the common enemy. Yeah. They might give you a physical, and if you're fit enough, you can join. You should go for it, definitely. Just do a bit of running, a few press-ups, a few sit-ups. Always take the chance whilst you can, I'd say. You are Spetsnaz. I don't know if he's Spetsnaz. I think he's KGB, to be honest with you. I'm in full hate of the machine, which is now the whole world, and especially for my own countries. He's now Chechenian. I can't believe we haven't won this game yet. We've held it pretty well. But again, every time we play this map, every single fucking time, and I've played this map on stream about 4 times in the last three or 4 weeks, that we haven't moved past this trench pretty much. It's always been this one, unless I've defended it. Common enemy, I see. You understand some common enemy, and it's not a joke. He's deadly serious. He's deadly, deadly serious. Christian Perez, hello again. Oh yeah, tunnel rats. Christian's back.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
He's killed. Enemy of my enemy is my
They're
friend.
coming right at us!
How have I attracted so many communists to my little channel? Nikita, I think you've radicalised everyone. Just a quick thing, does anyone know what my avatar is? Joke. If it's when making the fucking now you've set him off here, then that's game over. Big mistake. You've set him off now, big time. If it's ready to make it dead, fucking hell. Are we oh, we're attacking. Fucking hell. I'm not sure, Christian, to be honest with you, mate. Cobra, I recognise your name though, I do recognise your name. I can never remember it. Because there's a few guys at the minute sort of sending messages wanting to play. No, I think it's just a laugh of what I say. Hayden, you're immortal. No, I know it is, Nikita, mate. That's poor shooting for me. Drank too much now. Playlist 3 back. You can hear me on this channel.
Not giving this up without a fight.
Verdun Heights, Christine. I reckon it is something Verdun related. It's got to be radicalised. Thanks for the compliment. Take it as you will, mate. Take it as you will. That was a double kill. That was a double shot. Switch to this, which is why again this class is amazing. Colt 1911 secondary. You can't go wrong. It's cool. You can level up in custom games. Yeah, it's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. You must be leveling up pretty quick, Liz, actually, because of the amount of fucking kills you're getting. Considering you don't use a weapon as well, it's unbelievable. Dropping them here. It's a good attack that. Let's hold them. No, don't take on a fucking sniper. Shit.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
I believe Christian's advertised the Battlefield 1 Verdun map. Hey what? You know it would be funny if I actually make you understand communism. Right, Nikita, I've told you, right? I agree, I probably don't know all of communism, but I know a bit about Mao's sort of version of his utopian communism, and it didn't work because 40 million people fucking died. The thing is, from when I was reading about, because as I told you, I had to do like this presentation for people on Mao's China, and what's he looking at there? The sort of the communism Mao was trying to impose was different to what Russia might impose, for example. It's very the problem is with communism, everyone I talk to seems to have a different view on what it is.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
So everyone you talk to says it's not proper, but what is proper then? What is the proper communism? Not that anyone knows. Christian Perez, like I said, you got it, and a prize for you. You win a 7.62 bullet. Pro Gun Lizard, I was a soldier in World War I, so I have experience. I do believe that from how many kills you've seen me get. How many are you on today? 80 kills. I do believe you, Lizard, I do believe you. You need to join more often, mate, every time. Fuck, this guy's invincible. There we are.
Hold the line! Hold the line! Hold the line!
Nice. Oh, that's my problem with it, though. In all seriousness, Nikita. Every person who does talk about communism says it hasn't been done or it's not the real version. But then, what is the real version? Then, you know, where does it end? Does anyone know the real definition of what it is? Not like I'm trying to start a debate up again, because we've already had 2.5 hours of it today and 2.5 hours of it yesterday, but I know that doesn't stop you. We're attacking again? What's going on? This is insane. This never happens. This is very rare for a private game or a custom game to attack all the way back to this trench, especially on this map. Listen. Listen up. Listen, Mao was trying to implement communism according to how his country looked, and he didn't do great. But there is other examples which was better than in China. Oh, I believe. I mean, it can get worse than China, mate. 40 million people dying of starvation. It doesn't get much worse than that, really. You don't know, anyway. Let's move in. Let's attack order on. This guy's got PTSD by the looks of it. Nikita, Marxism is science. Hidden Lloyd, the Nordic countries don't count. They aren't communist or socialist. They just have high taxes. Yeah, and the beers cost too much. We pretty much destroyed this line. This tonight actually has proved how good the US Marines are. It shows they are the ultimate offensive force in this game. I don't think there's any other faction that will beat the US Marines for attacking power in this game. I really don't. No, not after all the updates. I would have maybe thought that like the flamethrower faction from the Germans were pretty good offensively, and I forgot who they were. Who was it? Was it the Lancer who had it? They were pretty good, but the US Marines are just too quick, too well equipped. Okay, I think you're messing with us, which means that it can be shifted and adapted according to the surrounding things that are happening. This is called materialism. Bolsheviks are good people, just like when Gestapo fell off. Laugh it off, yeah. Bolsheviks are good. God.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
Tell you what, Christian, I think you did a good job before to piss off the drifter. I don't think he was too happy with you. Hold the line, hold the line. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the AI runs backwards, you just can never tell.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
There it is again. Thank you kindly, Sir Hebo. Pin down there, I'm going to move left. There he is. See, I wonder how thick this metal plating was that I used to wear, because... Yeah, I just wonder. I don't know why, because there's no because about it. It just wasn't worth wearing. Probably not, I imagine. No, even the Tommies did it at one point. There's a part where they even sort of found any scrap metal they could find in the trench and they just sort of put it on them, because they thought it was sort of extra help. But I don't think it does. I think the size of the bullets they use in these rifles, I don't think wearing metal plating works. Proto Gaming Lizard once again is on fire. Let's see how many kills he got this time. 93 kills. Very nice. Very good. I'm probably going to leave it there. 20 past 3 in the morning. I might stream tomorrow, it depends. I really need to get back onto the Saints Row game for a bit. But I'm glad everyone enjoys the Verdun ones. Again, I always enjoy the sort of political debate or historical debate or whatever, you know. Christian Perez, 0.000001 in thick. Yeah, exactly. I'm clueless. Yeah, that's why the streams is so ineffective. Yeah, it's just I don't think it's thick. I think the bullet caliber size is just too big. Hayden, like, good night, eh? Yeah, it was a very good night. It was a very unexpected stream as well. I wasn't planning to stream today, but it's gone well. Pro Gaming Lizard had some good games, mate. See you next stream. Yeah, definitely Lizard. Always welcome. Everyone's always welcome to join as well, guys. It's normally always open. But cheers for watching again. Have a good one. Stay safe.